Welcome back to DM Prep. My name is Ian and I'll be your DM for today. Today we are I did the same thing on Curse of Strahd. Today we are prepping episode 12 of the Gilded Troll Plays Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, entitled, I don't know, the Mithral Mines continued, because I'm unimaginative. Probably the Mithral Forge, actually. So when last we left off, the heroes finished murdering their way through the Mithral Mines, which was essentially... if we go to Mithral Mines Upper. So essentially they killed a bunch of death dogs and cockatrices. They rescued the one remaining living centaur who's essentially waiting down here. Wow. Way to go. Oh cool, my battery's dying. Awesome. They rescued the one remaining centaur. They treated with the troglodyte king. They stole his headband of intellect. He's literally the only remaining troglodyte, so that's neat. And I'm just going to open me a soda. Probably should have done that before I started streaming. Yeah, so that's basically where we're at. And yeah, so they just went down the elevator and ran into, or they made their way into this room. And then that was where we left off. So we've got a salamander in the forge. I need to. Wow, that's a lot of entries. We have a lot of entries into the giveaway this month. I think I should just honestly just always give away. I'm actually not going to open the house. I was going to open all the entrants, but I don't want to do that. But I think we should just always give away dice. Hey, 40,000 channel points from Jay Miller for the Descent into Avernus speed run. That is crazy. We're at 35% after a month and a half. We'll get there in like 3 months. So Mithral Mines Upper, Mithral Mines Lower. So there's not a whole lot to this level. So my players are basically already done. So as soon as they start trying to... Who needs to give away nat 20s? Exactly. Andy, what is with that weird number? Did you just not have enough the first day? Or something? Or did you want to contribute just enough to get an even number, and now that you have the even number, you're cool with that number being weird? So there's all this weird stuff in the always give away dice, click math rocks engage. There's all this weird stuff in the module about like when they go to restart it, like there's these weird traps, event awakening the forge, but it's so poorly written that I literally don't even understand what they were trying to get at. And it's after they've already dealt with pretty much all of the threats imaginable. So I'm not doing anything with it. The one thing that I do want to do is I do want to polygon reveal this just a bit. So actually first I'm going to hide areas. So I want to hide a little bit, and then I'm going to polygon reveal just to flatten it with respect to the hallway, since the oath has been broken. Cheerspiration, loving it. How am I doing on that? I think I spent pretty much everything I had last session, which was a lot. So now I have 2 Cheerspirations, and that's it. And Jesse still has 19. I need to just murder him. Just kill him. Just knock him down repeatedly so he has to spend nat 20s on death saves. And this Cerberus might be the way to do it. But basically what we're doing here is the salamander wants to explain things to them. She is the forge keeper. What does she know about Alaris's epic path? That's something that I need to know. So running the epic paths, the Dragon Slayer. The Mithral Forge. The Forge Keeper will give the Dragon Slayer their lesser magic item. So the question is, what in the fuck is that? What is her lesser magic item? I have Odyssey character info, which apparently was already open. Okay. And for Amber, she has a Ring of Fire resistance. So that's kind of neat. Dragon Slayer must obtain a weapon powerful enough to fight a dragon. The Gigans of Yonder supposedly forged such weapons in the First War. Okay. That's cool. That's neat. That's nice. So yeah, she'll get the Ring of Fire resistance from the Forge Keeper. Does it actually mention that at all in here? Epic paths, but the Demigod and the Dragon Slayer use the Mithral Forge to craft some of their artifacts. Yeah, it doesn't actually mention the Forge Keeper giving the Ring of Fire resistance to... I think she gets a choice of a few items. I'm going to look it up. Creating heroes, Appendix A, Epic paths. The Dragon Slayer. Yeah, you can pick Armor of Resistance or Ring of Resistance. This could be any armor type. Oh, she could have picked Plate Mail of Fire Resistance. That would have been cool. She did pick a Dragon Slayer mace. Okay. We know the last war happened on Eberron. Yeah. The first war happened here. So yeah, there's nothing really in here about the Forge Keeper giving Alaris or the Dragon Slayer their Epic Path item. But essentially, the Cerberus attacks as soon as they start trying to fuck with the Bronze Sphere, which keeps the Forge Keeper from the Bronze device from leaving. Where the history of the entire place, willing to share the information if they promise to disable the sphere. Also knows the password to the elevator. They already know that. That's not a big deal. So a few things that I want to know. What in the hell is a Cerberus capable of? Oh yeah, I remember. It's got plus 12 to hit for no good reason. Does way too much damage per round. And in fact is closer to CR10 than 5. And I kind of want to pull up a CR10 creature to compare, because this thing is absolutely hilariously, disgustingly busted. So let's make this window a little bit bigger so we get out of mobile mode. So game rules, monsters, we're going to pull up some CR10 stuff. Grab 10. 10 to 10. We're going to pull up 10 to 10. Something that's just, like, beefy. Clockwork Kraken. So similar AC, similar hit points. Has 4 attacks with a lower to hit and lower damage. So this has 18 damage per hit times 3. So it's 54. Actually, it's 21 damage per hit and save versus poison. So it's 21 damage per hit, 63 DPR versus this thing's 48. And this thing's CR10 with slightly higher health and AC. Crystal Golem. Significantly higher health and AC. Still a lower attack mod. Way less damage per round. This thing is like CR 14. Oh, and it has legendary actions. This thing is insane. Wait, this says Cerberus, not young Cerberus. Did they put the wrong stat block on it? No, because that's a Cerberus, CR12. The variant, young Cerberus. Here we go. Aren't fully grown, are referred to as young Cerberus. CR5. Can't use the bark action. Okay. DC 20 con save or be deafened. So yeah, they added a variant for young Cerberus, which reduced its hit points and removed a one of its legendary actions, but otherwise did not change it at all. There's no way it's CR5. There's just no way it's CR5. It's still honestly like CR10 and 10 to 12, and this thing's closer to 14 to 16. This thing's going to be a beast. It's going to kick some ass. It's going to kick a lot of ass. It's going to be really fucking scary. Because it's plus 12 to hit. Which is honestly way too high even for CR12. I might actually lower its bonus to hit because it's kind of disgusting. I want to look this up. If anyone else... We're going to go Odyssey of the Dragon. See if anyone has complained about the Cerberus. Really? Yeah, no. Shredder had +12 and you pulled it from a CR20. Right. +12 to hit is not supposed to be nearly that high. This is just a recap. Young Cerberus is dumb hard. Stat block has it as CR5 without its bite or lair actions, but still with as many as 6 +12 bites or 21 damage each when in a poison on a failed save. At level 5, +12 is nearly an auto hit. The thing is at least offensive CR 21, even if its defensive CR is only 5, and it certainly feels like it hits far harder than a party should be able to deal with at this level, though it does have a perhaps designed weakness to mobile party members, and the environment in this battle certainly seems designed to be exploited by the players to make the battle easier. Yeah, with respect to the armor resistance, fire resistance makes sense for the ultimate fight against Helios, but wouldn't poison resistance be what Alaris is looking for since she thinks she's going after Hexia? That does make a hell of a lot more sense, yes. So, yeah, that makes way more sense for the epic path to be poison resistance instead of fire resistance. And that might actually... So, if words are hard. If she really thinks about it, like, Hexia is a green dragon, why am I getting fire resistance for my fight against Hexia? She might think, oh, well, you know, the dragon you're trying to slay isn't Hexia. It's just not. It's someone else. So that might make her question it. Kill the dragon responsible for your tragedy, which is Helios. But she's been told it's Hexia. So like that might actually make her think. And she has already been thinking because she was told that Hexia was a gold dragon. So she might think, oh, well, maybe Hexia actually is a gold dragon masquerading as a green dragon or something like that. Or maybe it has something to do with this Hizalith creature that was introduced not this past session but the session before, which is essentially just what I renamed Helios. That was his name before he became a god. Because all of my dragons have names before they became gods. So Mitros was Balmitria. It's actually Balmithria in my game, just to make the names a little bit different. I have them right here. Mitros was Balmithria, Vulcan was Sibyl Corax, Pythor was Respetrion, Cairo was Archiriania, Valus was Tisophael, Narcissus was Aristanar, and Helios was Hizalith. And yeah, I that is definitely not how you pronounce that, but I love it anyway. So, and then I have the oath sworns of each of those dragons. So, I don't think Helios had an oath sworn rider prior to becoming a dragon, or becoming a god rather. So that's why there's only 6 of them and not 7. So she'll get the. So she must obtain a weapon powerful enough to fight a dragon. The Gigans of Yonder supposedly forged such weapons in the First War. Why would she consult the Fates? No one told her to consult the Fates. Interesting. Huh. Wisdom of the Sun God. As soon as Alaris hears about that, she's like, "We're going there. I want to meet my friggin' god." Yeah. Dragonslayer's greater magic item can be found in the possession of Condrus on the island of Yonder. He'll offer it willingly if the players agree to his bargain. I don't know what that bargain is. Maybe I should look that up. So let's look at Cerulean Gulf, island of Yonder. 2 areas. That's super convenient. Oh, okay. There's a lot of areas. Of course. Looking for sidebar. Nope, not that one. Golden Heart. Remember, have a mount because the dragon lance stolen from Aragon could be red. I didn't know Aragon had dragon lances. I only read the first 2 books. If the Dragon Slayer is in the party, the Condrus carries the hero's greater artifact. He will offer the item as part of his bargain. What is his bargain? He realizes that nothing will win him more favor than delivering the heroes directly to Lutheria. He'll offer to join the party and lead them to Hypnos, where he will plead their case before the Lady of Dreams. In truth, he will do everything possible to sabotage them in the Nether Sea and deliver them to Lutheria helpless. Cool. Wow, Jesus. Dagger of Defense. I don't know what that is. I really don't care about spoilers for Aragon. I really don't. I read the first 2 books when I was 18, and I had every opportunity to read the other 2, and I just didn't because I'm not interested. But yeah, so... Okay, so he wants to deliver them to Lutheria. They're not going to agree to that, I don't think. So, that's cool. So they're... I need to figure out a voice for the Forge Keeper. I usually go with something sibilant for anything Ophidian. There's your vocabulary lesson for the day. Sibilant and Ophidian. I just like kind of sort of theatrically and exaggeratedly elongate my S's. You know, so I can't even think of any S words. But I'm trying to think of like what the Forge Keeper would say where I can elongate an S, but it's essentially the Dragon Slayer. I don't have a really good voice for her. Sus, yeah. Yeah, that's very suspicious. That's got a lot of S sounds. Or we could just go with sus. Sus. That's actually kind of sexy if you just elongate both of the S's. It's like never mind. Grinding on a rail and you jump to another rail. Yeah, I'm dumb. Don't mind me. So basically, they're gonna have a really hard fight against the Cerberus. They do have full on to help them. Kyra is obviously there to do nothing for the most part. Exactly, scribbling furiously. She do nothing. And there are 6 of them. Action economy is not in the Cerberus's favor, even though it does get 6 attacks per turn. Does it have a legendary move? It does not. It only has legendary attack. So if they're able to move away from it between its turns, then it will have a very hard time attacking them. 6 attacks per turn. Yeah, it has triple attack, and it also has legendary action attack. It is not remotely CR5. It is in fact closer to CR11. Someone did the math, and it's apparently CR21 offensively, and then CR5 defensively. Perhaps go off on a tangent on crafting with the character and do best to use as many words with S in it during the tangent. So yeah, I mean basically. So really, I need to know what does the Forge Keeper say. So first and foremost, that she'll help them if they free her. So we're going to turn to word wrap. Firstly, she will swear an oath if pressed to do so. They did the math. They did the monster math. It was a graveyard graph. No, let's stop that. Negotiating with the Forge Keeper will bring the attention of the Cerberus. The Hound will enter the room and attack with the Death Dogs. So the one thing that I do want to describe to my players is that there's like chain link curtains here. So that's a thing. The Cerberus will have to squeeze if it can't get past here, then it's still squeezing, which means it has disadvantage on all its attacks and all that nonsense. But if it can get to here, it doesn't need to squeeze anymore. And it does have 50 feet of speed, I think. Yep. Excuse me, 50 feet. So it's 10, 20, 30, 35. 35 feet of movement. So it does have plenty of movement to get here. And then it has an extra 15. And I will say that, I will just say for the sake of argument that it's able to move anywhere around the perimeter of this room without squeezing, except like it can't really climb across. I can't stand on top of the sphere, but it can climb across it if it needs to. Squeezing doggo. Do cats still need to squeeze because they're like fluids? Yes. That would if your cat is squeezing into a fishbowl, you have advantage on attack rolls against it and has disadvantage on attack rolls against you. So take that opportunity to I don't know, what do you do with a cat that you need them to not murder you for? I don't know. You can't really trim their nails, do you? You don't trim cats' nails, do you? I don't know. I don't have cats. I don't like cats. I'm not a fan of cats. I'm also very allergic to cats. You boop the snoot. Is that a thing you do with cats? I don't know. Anyway, this says the young Cerberus is intelligent enough to hold a conversation, which is hilarious because it understands Abyssal but can't speak. Ranged attack squirt bottle. There you go. But if your cat is squeezing end prone, you have disadvantage in the attack roll if you're more than 5 feet away. Because prone. So it'd be a straight roll. Anyway, so I will say that the Cerberus is probably this is probably an exception to the stat block. So let's say he is, he's got his 8 int, which is plenty to talk, and he's got, let's say he can speak common. Fuck it, why not? So he can tell them that an improvised weapon, or do you have proficiency? Cerberus voice. So probably something like very, like from the back of my mouth, like, why are you here? And then I can try and do 3 different voices, or I can just say that it echoes as the 3 heads speak simultaneously. What are you doing here? Just kind of a low growl kind of voice. Hound's mother was killed a few years ago by a great beast from the bowels of the earth. He took her place by devouring a half dozen of his brothers and sisters. So, great beast, bowels of the earth. That's a what in the fuck is that thing? And they the players probably won't know. But he can describe it, and then the players will know. But we've already established the PCs have no fucking clue. So it is. So I think it's probably the Tarrasque. Real talk. It's probably the Tarrasque. It's a Tarrasque. It's got 3-toed claws. But I'm gonna say it's a Tarrasque with a claw on its back. Hey, for you tier, for you tier. How's it going? First time watcher. Thanks for being here. There's just a lot of chat about cats right now, so that's interesting. Andy used to be married to a cat lady. I won't say anything. No time like the present to get into being a DM. With everyone on quarantine, it's a lot easier to find groups because everyone's online. Everyone's trying to play online. But hopefully you learned something. So what do I need to know? So the Forge Keeper will swear an oath that she'll help them if pressed to do so. She gives Alaris a Ring of Fire protection. Let's call it a bangle, because salamander big. Not a tabaxi. And then we actually just got updated Alaris art, and we might need to update it again with the bangle, because that's actually an epic path item. So the hound has things that he knows, but he won't talk for long because he's very, very hungry. He has 3 mouths to feed, after all. Running a Willed Amount campaign for some coworkers is super helpful seeing you lay out step by step. Oh, thanks for saying so. I actually really appreciate people being here because it keeps me on task, except when people are in chat just randomly talking about cats for no reason. That's fine. But yeah, hopefully the sessions are useful to people. That's why I do them. If you throw the bangle into a fire, does it have Ignan inscribed on it? I mean, probably. I love it. I don't like cats. I'm not... I started it? How did I start it? How did I start it? No, Shadow started it. Do cats need to squeeze because they're like fluids? Shadow started it. I know it was a Lord of the Rings reference, Shadows. If anything, it would be more like Abyssal or Infernal, not Ignan. Oh, my nose is itchy. An adamantine trident, 6 adamantine javelins. Oh, so yeah. So what the Cerberus says is fine, but the Forge Keeper is going to be here a while. She'll help them if they free her. She'll swear an oath if pressed to do so. She gives Alaris a ring of fire protection. Don't salamanders come from the plane of fire? Yeah, but if it was a Lord of the Rings, like the deep speech or whatever the hell it's called in Lord of the Rings would be closer to Abyssal or Infernal, not Ignan, is the point I'm trying to make. I get the reference. Not only powered the forge, but also used her skills as a metalsmith to help Vulcan craft many powerful Mithral and adamantine items. Demi-god and the Dragon Slayer use the Mithral Forge to craft some of their artifacts. We'll restart the forge once she is freed. I think she doesn't want to stay here, though, right? Where the history of the entire place, which is up in this area. History of the Forge, Area 53. History of the Forge, History of the Forge. Key component of the victory of the Dragon Lords of the armies of the Titans. Lutheria formed a pact with the Fates. Use their magic to breed a terrifying Cerberus. Unleash the Hound to destroy the Forge and slaughter the Dwarves. Cerberus Hound spawned hundreds of death dogs. Dragon Lords tried to retake the Forge, but they were repeatedly driven back until they abandoned it entirely. For several centuries, the Hound watched over the ruined Forge until a decade ago, some primordial thing from the depths of the Underdark emerged and killed it. Death dogs remain in the mine, but without anything to direct them, they retreated in the lower depths. Several tribes of troglodytes crept in the upper levels soon afterwards. Forges take a fuck ton of time to get up to temp, though. 3 to 5 hours with someone that knows what they're doing. I don't doubt that, but we're literally dealing with a creature from the elemental plane of fire, so I have a feeling that probably won't take too long. And also, it's filled with lava. There's lava in here. I don't know if you noticed. There's lava. It's probably kind of a big deal. Yeah, it probably never got cold. It's just not like running. Designed by the Forge Keeper knows the password. Once freed, Forge Keeper thanks the heroes. She's been in prison for centuries. She hates all dwarves. Cool. We don't have any of those. Dwarves summoned to the mortal world and bound her within their forge. She not only powered it, but used her skills. She must remain for 5 centuries unless the contract that bound her is destroyed. She thinks the tablet is kept in the blast furnace. Okay. She knows how to restart the forge and is willing to do it if they release her from her contract. Okay. She'll help them with knowledge if they free her from the forge itself by breaking the bronze device. She will then offer to restart the forge if they release her from her contract. She'll remain for, Curse of Strahd is, or COS is Curse of Strahd, OOTD is obviously the Dragon Lords. This is the 2 campaigns that I'm prepping tonight. You can actually check out the VOD on Twitch if you want to see the Curse of Strahd prep as well. Or you can check out our YouTube. And we have literally every video that we've recorded, except for the video game ones. I don't put them up. But all of our D&D stuff. Yes, Rime of the Frost Maiden. That's coming on Mondays, starting this coming Monday. Oh my god, that's very soon. Holy shit, I thought I had more time. I gotta read some stuff. I'm a player for once. Andy here is our DM. Thanks for dropping that schedule. Rime of the Frost Maiden, Mondays at 6. To see you on Saturdays at 4, Curse of Strahd Sundays at 1. Thought there was more time. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Like, well, where did the time go? Like, I think Annie agreed to run it like a month and a half ago, and it felt like that would take forever, and now it's here. I think Andy said he was going to start running DM prep on his channel for Frost Maiden. You don't have a solid character. I have a very solid character, and I'm worried about how solid it is, because I want there to be room to. Anyway, DM prep. She'll offer to restart the Forge if they release her from her contract, which is in the blast furnace. Once freed from the lava pool, she gives Alaris a ring of fire protection. Free her from the lava pool by breaking the bronze Western Swinehoof if pressed to do so. Once free from the lava pool, leave a liquid character, it'll freeze into place. That's adorable. It's adorable, Shadows. Ore was melted into ingots, blah blah blah. Cerberus hounds gathered some of the ancient treasure. Hey, For You Tears now following. Thanks for following. I really appreciate that. We got, I think we're up near 600 followers now. Awaiting the Forge. She tells the heroes to wait, so there's down a hole in the floor. This guy. 5 rounds later, she returns from the same hole. Lava bubbles from the hole and begins to flow in rivulets through the room. Multiple levers, which cause blah blah blah. Yeah, what is this? I don't know. So she does the thing, and then Forge Keeper, let's tell them, sounds similar. Yeah, I'm not doing this because I killed everything already, so that's cool. That's neat. That's nice. And then there's the secret dock, which is located behind the Great Falls. Rotting sacks, barrels, and boxes. Ornate bronze lever on the far side of the room. Bronze lever creates a gap in the waterfall, which is really fucking neat. How the heroes can make use of the Mithral Forge. If they make a deal with the Forge Keeper and discover the docks, they can easily return to the Forge to work with Vulcan to make items from any components they bring. Dock is well hidden and has been forgotten by everyone, so it makes a good hiding place for any ship that the heroes might have, including the Ultros. So yeah, once they get the Forge running, Vulcan come and they can start making stuff. So let's just real quick look up what they can make. So these are all the items that they can make, and then the ingredients they need to do so, and then the amount of time that it takes them to do so. I really don't like the idea of them being able to just craft dragon scale mail, considering... Oh, okay, they need dragon scales. So like that's not a thing that they're gonna get a lot. But these are all the things that that Vulcan can make, and he can. They can talk to him. So one thing that I do want to find out is where are they at in terms of leveling. So I am keeping track of experience points. So they're at 12,117 EXP out of, they need, it's on the other sheet. They need 14,000 to hit level 6. So they need equals 14,000 divided by 12, 117. Oh, come on. Cool. Times 6. So they need 11,298. If the Cerberus is CR 11, which I think is more reasonable, it's worth 7,200 XP. Then there's some Death Dogs there. And then I can give them RP XP. I have a spreadsheet that keeps track of their leveling. Yeah, so I'm keeping track of how much XP they get per session. So if we do 7,200 XP for the Cerberus, 400 XP for the Death Dogs, and then we can do RP Forge Keeper plus third. Actually, RP Forge Keeper, and we'll call that level -2. So that's 700 XP per. That actually puts them over. So we're gonna say goal third grade labor, and then that's a major goal. So we're gonna call that their level. So 1,800 times 6 is 10,800. So that's That also gets them a fame, and then that'll get them to level 6. So yeah, once they finish the third great labor of restarting the Mithral Forge, they will be level 6. They can potentially make use of that during the session. So the reason that I wanted to find that out was Orsino, before they left Astoria, he had Aesop, I don't know, I call it Aesop, sign his book, Warlock sending. Really? I know it's a UA invocation. Where are the invocations? So we're gonna invocations. Why? Okay. There is Act of the Time, Aspect of the Moon, Book of Ancient Secrets. Yeah, the magic message book thingy. Yeah, so there's an invocation that he's planning on taking next level, which I guess is in a UA. Warlock UA sending. Far Scribe, that's what it's called. Far Scribe UA. Oh, it's in class feature variants. Interesting. Far Scribe. There we go. New page appears in your Book of Shadows. Creature uses action to write its name on that page, which can contain a number of names equal to your charisma modifier. So he uses intelligence instead of charisma. You can cast a sending spell. Speaking of which, I need to swap the overlay to Odyssey, because I have the Strahd characters in the overlay right now. But yeah, so he can cast sending targeting Aesop as soon as he hits level 5 and he gets this invocation. Or as soon as he hits Warlock 5, because he is one level in Cleric, so he's Warlock 4 right now. So once he hits level 6, he'll be able to use that. So I'm imagining them long resting here at the Forge and then sending to Aesop and then waiting for Vulcan to arrive so that they can get him like situated with the Forge and figure out what they're capable of creating, and then I can share with them this table essentially. So that's the reason I wanted to look that up. That's kind of what I'm expecting to happen next session. Feel free to add secondary ingredients if you wish to give your players an additional challenge in collecting materials. Wing boots might also require feathers or blood. I see. Okay. From at least one type of fantastical flying creature, bird feathers or blood would not suffice. They're in much better shape than you right now. Yeah, I mean they're in much better shape. So I'm gonna look at their wish lists real quick to see if there are things that I can add to this list. Like these are things that this is after the bullet. Yasenna did get knocked down by the bullet, and Folon took a bunch of damage, but they have short rested since their last fight, whereas you guys have not. So that's why Inej still has 7 hit points. So some of these items are things that I could very easily have Vulcan add to his repertoire. Alchemy Jug is definitely something that he could make. I'm not entirely sure what we could require for that. Staff of the Woodlands, absolutely. Bag of Holding, I'm not entirely sure what kind of materials you would need for a bag of holding. Let's D&D 5e crafting magic items reagents. So there's a variant rule in Xanathar's Guide to Everything. Magic item crafting formulas. That's what I want. Is mayonnaise an instrument? I mean, yes, it is an instrument. What in the fuck are these? What in the fuck are these? This is not what I wanted. I wanted... So essentially, I want a list of magic items from the DMG and then like what items could be required. So this is DMG, that's crap. Xanathars. So yeah, to make a common magic item, you need some kind of reagent from a creature of CR 1 to 3, uncommon 4 to 8, rare 9 to 12, so on and so forth. D6 table for crafting challenges. This is literally just the Xanathar rules. This is dumb. Counters for acquiring components, tool proficiency requirements, role-playing item, unexpected characteristics that... 10 examples of crafted homebrew magic items. Displacer beast hides. See, that's like, exactly, that's the kind of thing that I really want to... requirements. I feel like there's got to be someone who has... UA downtime? No. I feel like there's got to be someone who's made like a list of items that required for stuff in order to craft. Let's go. What in the hell? What the fuck? That was really dumb. So I think basically what I need to do is I need to just... Oh, geez. This seems like a lot of work right now. So what I need to do is I need to go through all of my players' wish lists and find out which items that I actually plan on giving them already. And then from the items that I'm not planning on giving them, decide whether or not they're craftable. And then if they are craftable, what I need. What they would need to craft it. Yikes. Okay. This might not be a throw in the spoilers chat. Yeah, so I'm gonna... Yeah. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. I never got a wish list from Luke either, because Luke... Because Luke, exactly. I am putting magic item wish lists on Discord. So if someone wants to share the Discord link, that'd be really helpful. Thank you. Every single person formatted their wish list differently, so I get to reformat them. Okay. All right. I got wish lists in the Odyssey Spoilers channel, so now people can... Oy vey, there's a lot of things here. All right, so I'm just going to grab all of these items, and we're going to make a spreadsheet. We're going to make a spreadsheet. Oh, Jesus. Unformatted text. There we go. There we go. Okay. What in the fuck is this? What are you? Alright. I'm going to delete these would like, would love, pie in the sky. It's fine. Don't need them. Alright. Ring of Lightning Strike. That's fine. Magical Spear he already has, so we can get rid of that. Delete row. Okay. So. Rarity. Uncommon, rare, common, uncommon, rare, uncommon, very rare, 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 uncommon, very rare. Sometimes you do get those pies in the sky, exactly. And he knows what's up. Vert rare, very rare. Oh, I meant to make this bigger for, let me zoom in. Let's do 2 hundo. 2 hundo P. Alright. Now it should be visible on stream. Staff of the Python. I think it's rare. Very rare. Rod of the Pact Keeper. You are VR. Uncommon. Very rare. Uncommon. You are. Chronolometer. I don't know what that is. Chronolometer. Chronolometer. It is very rare. +1 bonus to int saves. First time you attune, choose a language you don't know. You know that language while attuned to the device. Start of return, roll a d6. Once you use this feature, it cannot be used again until the next dawn. Okay. As a reaction, when a creature within 30 feet of you takes damage, they gain an additional action as if it's the creature's turn, or can take the action immediately even though it isn't. Got it. Once you use this feature, it can't be used until next dawn. Those are really cool. These are wish lists for my PCs in my campaign. Yeah. So yeah, these are 5 of the 6 characters in my campaign because one of them just didn't bother coming up with a wish list. And I'm trying to figure out, I think this is actually artifact. I can get rid of prosthetic limbs because Yusen already has those. Delete rows. I'm not going to give him a Faklukan Bandor because he already has a Zephyr loot. It's fine. Pipes of Hunting I want to say is uncommon. Coiling Grasp Tattoo. Coiling Grasp is rare. Nope, uncommon. Wand of Magic Missiles, uncommon. Amulet of Health is rare. Voyager Staff, I think, is very rare. I don't even know what it does. It is very rare. It's got a bunch of spells in it. Banishment, Blink, Misty Step, Pass Wall, Teleport. Of course it's got Teleport. Okay, so this is what we got. How does that come into gameplay? Do I ask them what they want and then send them on a quest? So at the beginning of the campaign, I asked my players, what magic items would you really, really like to have? And then as we're going through the campaign, basically what I do is I want my players to have fun with the game. Like, that's the point of the game. We're here to have fun. So if I keep handing them magic items that they don't want, they're not going to have as much fun as they would if I handed them magic items that they do want. Obviously, I'm not going to hand them every single item on their wish list, and obviously I'm going to occasionally give them items that weren't on their wish list. Like, they've already gotten the Axe of Xander, they've gotten the Breastplate of Mitros, they've gotten a Burnished Dragonlord coin for a very, very short time. They've gotten Everburning Torch. They've gotten the Golden Shield of Volcon. They've gotten the Axe of Xander. They've gotten the Horn of Balmithria. These aren't things that they asked for. They got a Zephyr loot. These aren't items that they asked for because they couldn't have asked for them because they don't know that they exist because they're in the campaign. So I give them items that are either on their wish list or would just be really cool for them to get, or sometimes I just give them a magic item that sucks and they fully acknowledge that it sucks and there's nothing they can do about that. You know, I do give them a variety of magic items. I'm going to lower my desk and it's very loud, so I'm going to mute. Okay. Yeah, that motor is very loud, so I don't like having my microphone unmuted while I do that. So essentially what I need to do now is I need to look up the rules for the rules from Xanathar's about crafting magic items. Look up the CR of things that you're supposed to crafting an item. So for common, it's CR. Here we're gonna make a table. CR rarity CR. Common 1 to 3, uncommon 4 to 8, rare 9 to 12, very rare 13 to 18, legendary 19 plus. 19 plus. There we go. Artifact also 19 plus. So now I need a VLOOKUP. Search criterion is this. The array is this. The index is 2. And then I can just drag this all the way down. This is NANA. What? Ah, crap. A2B7. There we go. That'll fix a lot of them. There we go. These rows obviously don't exist. And then artifact should be showing up as 19 plus. That's fine. Yeah, so these are the CR ranges for items, for reagents. So it's pick a monster or a location that's a thematic fit for the item to be crafted. Creating Mariner's armor might require the essence of a water. Weird. Okay. So Staff of the Woodlands, branch from the Heart Tree. So that's something in one of the islands in the Cerulean Gulf, the Golden Heart. So there's the Garden of the Mother Goddess. There's just a giant tree on this island. So she just needs a branch from that tree. Amulet of the Drunkard. So let's look up. So I guess we're gonna look up these items one by one and just sort of figure that out. Maybe they're from a location where there's a legend of a powerful magic item, or a mentor told them to seek the Staff of the Magi before he dies. You can work it into their backstory or something. Yeah, exactly. So that's certainly something that you can do. You can work items into their backstory, which is actually something that I did for our Curse of Strahd game. One of the players said to me that he wanted the Shield of the Hidden Lord, which is a legendary magic item from Descent into Avernus. And I was like, okay, well, maybe, in your backstory, you had an employer who told you to go find it for them. And maybe that employer was, the Hune family in Baldur's Gate. So, we worked it into his, the player's backstory. So now, there's actually, a reason for his character to be looking for this item, with the promise that, eventually maybe you'll find it. So this is actually uncommon, not common. So while wearing 44 plus 4 hit points when you drink a pint of beer, ale, or mead. So Amulet of the Drunkard. What? Hey, thanks, Andy. More cheerspiration for me. For me. A wine weird for the alchemy jug. I actually really like that. That said, I don't think I actually want to give her an alchemy jug, because the reason she wanted the alchemy jug was because she wanted a way for Helios to always have access to alcohol. But she has the Horn of Balmithria, which produces an infinite amount of wine. So we just don't need that. I'm just going to delete it. So the Amulet of the Drunkard still obviously helps. Bag of Holding, someone said Displace or Beast Hide. I like that. Horseshoes of Speed. They're actually just going to find them. Stat block of a water weird, but dyed red. Interestingly enough, there's actually precedent for the existence of a wine weird. So we're going to go to Tomb of the Nine Gods. I want to say it is Dungeon Deception. Yep. Area 20. Plus Tomb. Start round 3. 3 wine weirds. Use water weird statistics. Flow into the tomb from the northwest, northeast, and southeast cisterns. Bam! Yeah, wine weird. Yeah, I could totally use a wine weird essence. So the Horseshoes of Speed I actually already placed in the Mithral Mines. Do I know if there are any magic items like a focus or wand that can expand the area of AoE spells? That is, as far as I'm aware, not an item that exists. And I say that fairly confidently, not like I don't know, like that. I'm fairly certain that that does not exist. I do think that the Lore Keeper wizard was able to do that at one point. D&D, or was it Lore Keeper? Hex War, Raven Queen, Lore Mastery. Increase the range, the spell save DC. Actually, no, it wasn't this. It was, I want to say, it was actually one of the subclasses in this book. The one that we're, I think it was a sorcerer. Nope. Was it a wizard? Yep, level 6. When you cast a spell that has an area of effect radius, you may choose to increase or decrease the radius by 5 feet. So that's a subclass in Odyssey of the Dragon Lords. So that's a thing that exists, but that's the only place I've ever seen it. But anyway, why do I have this one? Oh, I was looking up CRs. So yeah, Horseshoes of Speed. Item needed. Of course it's math. Yeah. It's actually philosophy, believe it or not. Oh yeah, this one's mathematical principles, but like the whole thing is Academy Philosopher. So the level 2 feature, you pick a school of philosophy. And then level 6, you get 6, 10, and 14, you just get specific things. But yeah, it is of course math. So Horseshoes of Speed, I don't need these. I don't need to know this because in the Mithral Forge. So this is just an item that's already here. Shadows, I'm guessing that that's a fireball. Yeah, what is fireball? So Drift Globe, Pixie Wings. Just gonna go with Pixie Wings. Manual of Quickness of Actions, Quickling Teeth. Toes. Quickling Toes. I don't know why Alaris wants a Manual of Quickness of Action, though. Also, Quicklings are very low AC, or CR1. But, yeah, I don't know. Fireball, the ultimate meme spell. Robe of Summer. I really don't know why Alaris wants a Manual of Quickness of Action. Yeah, poor Elodie. Robe of Summer is rare, I was right. Resistance to cold damage, and you're comfortable in any temperature. So what could we need for a Robe of Summer? I don't know. We'll come back to that. Bracer's Defense. Honestly, this could just be easily Mithral Ingot. Mithral Ingot. Ring of Lightning Strike. Bottled Lightning. Done. Literally just bottled lightning. How much balance do I put in my campaigns between social interaction, travel, and combat? Do I follow a best practice? I try to keep them. I don't really use any rules of thumb or it's really bad because I've been DMing for so long that there's a lot of things that I just kind of don't pay attention to. I don't really pay attention to the balance between those things, but I obviously put work into making sure that they are balanced. So the way that I see the game is the 3 pillars of social, exploration, and combat. So exploration to me is a combination of travel and revealing things about the world, whether it is through just exploring an area, like physically, like walking around and looking at stuff, or overland travel. I tend to kind of sort of alternate between sessions, between social interaction and combat, but there have been times in the past where I've gone 2-3 sessions without a single call for initiative. It is certainly something that I enjoy doing, and those are the sessions. Those tend to be the sessions where my players go, that was a really great session. And I think the reason for that is that combat takes a really long time to accomplish very little. We spend an hour in combat, and it's like, wow, we covered 30 seconds of in-game time. Whereas if a session is predominantly role play, either socially or downtime-wise, we can easily go through something like weeks in-game in the course of a 4-hour session. Mithral ingot with 2 Shardolin? The hell's Shardolin? What the fuck is Shardolin? Bruh, don't be talking about Icewind Dale shit. Don't be talking about Icewind Dale shit. Don't be about that. I'm a player in that game. I see ice, and I'm like, no. Staff of the Python. Jesus. Medusa. Hair snakes. You need Medusa hair snakes. Staff of Thunder and Lightning. We're gonna go with Bottled Lightning. Mithral ingot. You need both of those for that. Rod of the Pact Keeper. So Rod of the Pact Keeper is like the basic warlock weapon, or the basic warlock wand, I guess. Bonus spell attack, bonus depend determined by the rod's rarity. So Nymph Eyes. Nymph Eyes. You know what? From a child of Silence. Fast Leote with that 14-month sub streak. Holy shit. That's incredible. And immediately, not just OK Chris on a 2-month streak, but 3 months. Fast Leote's not on a streak, but it's been 14 months. Not just OK Chris here for 3 months. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for continuing to be here. I really appreciate it. I from a child of Sidon, power determined by their CR. Given you've read about 5 minutes of Round of the Frostmaiden, I could probably work out more than me. I mean, I don't know. I just saw ice, and I'm like, that's probably Frostmaiden stuff that I don't want to touch. Shield of Warning, you're not getting it. I hate Weapon of Warning. Andy knows why. If you're curious why, you can ask him. Andy can actually put you in timeout, so be aware. Illusionist's Bracers. See? I told you. Andy hates it. Illusionist Bracers are scary. So I don't think that's something that needs to be prepped. Perioptic Wound Closure. Heart of a Giant. How often do I ask for a wish list? Usually just once at the beginning of the campaign. That's pretty much it. Usually once at the beginning of the campaign, and then usually by the end of the campaign, each player will probably have received half of the items on their wish list. But the players here are able to craft some of the items, so they might end up with more than half of their wish list items. This one's easy. Adamantine ingot. Pipes of Haunting. Robe of Summer. Hide of a Gynosphinx. Oh, love it. Especially since there's actually an island with sphinxes on it. Blood of a powerful regenerating creature. I like it. Closure. Blood of a creature that regenerates. So we're just gonna real quick look up game rules, monsters. I don't want monster name, so I have to use the regeneration, and then filter to monsters. And then there's no way for me to filter to, yikes. Yeah, there's no way for me to filter by CR now that I've searched for whatever. That's fine. Blood of a creature that regenerates. Belt of giant strength or gauntlets of ogre power. I don't know if I want to give these out, like, at all. Actually, I kind of do. So one of the things that someone did, belt of giant strength. So one of the things that I saw someone do on the Discord was they actually replaced the giants in this table with the types of Cyclops. So there's a bunch of different Cyclops. So there's regular Cyclops, which essentially throw a Tarask. Bruh, calm down. So, you know, Belt of Hill Giant Strength is, you get it from Cyclops. Belt of Frost Giant Strength, you get from a... so the issue with that is, like, all of these Cyclopses have essentially the same strength, but that's fine. So, like, Frost Giant Strength would be a Blemmies. Stone Giant Strength would be a Gigan. Fire Giant Strength would be like a Gigan hero or something like that. But yeah, Shadows. That's a different campaign. And maybe Calm Your Tits. We're talking about Odyssey right now, not Avernus. So yeah, Belt of Giant Strength. I don't mind them being able to craft this as long as they can't get fire or higher, because that's an epic path item for Scorpius, and I don't want anyone to overshadow his epic path item. So let's go with the nervous system of a giant. Yikes. Intact nervous system of a giant. Wow. Chronolometer. I don't really know. So this definitely isn't something that's craftable. That's just not craftable. They might find something like that, but I also don't think that the tattoos are going to be craftable at all. That's fine. Pipes of Haunting. What do we got? Let's look up Pipes of Haunting. Let's see if there's any. Well, that makes it pretty easy. Raven Skulls. Where Raven Skull? Nah, just Raven Skulls. Raven Skulls. Wood of a Wood of a Dryad's tree. Bottled Banshee's Whale. I like that. I'm stealing that. Screw Raven Skulls. Wand of Magic Missile. I'm just going to say you can't craft that. I don't feel like finding a way to craft that. Amulet of Health. What was the periaptal wound closure? Blood of a creature that regenerates. Blood of a creature that regenerates. CR 9 to 12. CR 9 plus. How's the reagent needed part of this going to play out in the campaign? Do they have to find it? Yeah, so they would have to go out of their way to find these reagents, which if they come to me and say, you know, I really want to find this particular reagent, then, you know, we can work together and try and find a way to make that happen. Like, we can find a way to come up with a quest where they can find this kind of creature that they need. I don't think I want to do, like, Illusionist's Bracers. Like, I don't know what to do with that. The Voyager Staff, I want to do something, some high-level creature that teleports. someone asked for a summon. Sounds like something you can do in downtime. What are you talking about? Face spiders aren't nearly a high enough level. Because, like, we need CR 13 to 18. Like, Jeebus. Wait, what's downtime? Yeah, I mean, Curse of Strahd doesn't really have downtime. You've been in Barovia for, what, 4 days? Yeah, I'm having a hard time finding, like, really interesting things. Pop in and remind me, raid Tired Sweet Boy. Gotcha. Do they need to ask about it in character? Okay, so this list that I'm creating, this is a list of things that... And I'm actually just going to delete these, because these seem too big. I do want something with the Voyager staff, though. This list that I'm creating is a list of magic items that Vulcan knows how to make at the Mithral Forge. So this is something specific to this campaign, and I would put a gold cost, you know, generally some pittance, and then a time sink. So very rare would be 10, rare would be 5. Uncommon probably 3, and then common would be 1, something like that. And I would give them this list of reagents along with this list. These are just things that they know how to make, or that Vulcan knows how to make, that he can share with them. So they can make a determination like, oh, okay, well, how do I want to do this? So I just need Voyager staff, and then I'm done. So what is a CR 13 or higher creature that has teleportation? Let's see. Challenge range 13 and up. Not subtypes. Oh, teleport is not a monster tag. Oops, do not want artificer. Let's just scroll through, see if I notice anything. Dragons. Devil. There's 11 pages of this shit. Ancient Deep Crow? What the fuck? Androsphinx? Do they teleport at all? I don't think they do. Oh, they do teleport. Let's go with the hide of an Androsphinx. Bam. No, that doesn't make sense for a staff, though. Like, how do you put the hide in a staff? It's a magic quarterstaff. Spine of an Androsphinx? No, that sucks. I hate it. Delete it. Femur? Femur could work. Let's see if there's anything better. I kind of want to use a beholder for something. That's okay. Oh, where'd that chrono... Hold on. I want to undelete the chronolometer. Marut. Contract from a Marut. Because I love me a Marut. Which I think I saw. No, I didn't see it because I didn't get to Amulet. Dragon turtle, no. I'm just gonna leave it there. I like femur of an Androsphinx. I think that's cool. So I just need to assign time to craft gold. So for common it's 1, for uncommon it's 3, rare is 5, very rare is 10, legendary. We don't have any legendary items on this table, so we're gonna go with 20. And then artifact is going to be, it's going to be 25. Let's do 15, 25. Let's do 20 for legendary. All right. And then gold. In general, it's going to be like 50, 100, 500, 1,000. I think it's literally just, yeah, it's pretty close to just 100 times this. All right, so now I can just do, days and cost, and I do want to get rid of all of, there's a lot of stuff to get rid of. Okay, and now I can delete these rows, except I'll just delete that. Item name, days cost. We're gonna insert column left, insert column left. Grab these columns, put them here. Primary ingredient, secondary ingredient. We'll expand this. What the fuck? Get bigger. Oh, Jesus, that's big. Delete column, and then make this as wide as it needs to be. Fortunately, I have a humongous screen, so I can make this as big as I need to. And then I can delete these empty rows. Delete rows. So then this is 3. Whoop. You look up F2 sheet to A2 to B7. Oh, D7. Okay, and then this one is going to be 4. But it still needs to be F2. Okay, and then I can just drag this down. Yay, VLOOKUP. So I don't have to think. So this is essentially what I need to add. Nope, not that one. That one. So this is essentially what I need to add to 500 quickling toes. 500 quickling toes. You need 500 quickling toes. So this is essentially what I'm going to add to this table. Just like, here's a bunch of items that I know you guys all want. So here, have at it. Have fun. So that's a thing that I can give them now. I kind of want to take these and add them to this table, just so that I have them all in one place, so that I don't have to share 2 different things. So I'm going to do that real quick. I'll just move this over. No, I'll put it back. It's fine. Yeah, VLOOKUP is definitely my friend. So the reason that I am whoa, that was a lot. The reason that I am combining these tables is I want it to be like super not obvious that that I'm just giving them their entire wish list. I don't want them to just be like, oh, well, he just gave us our whole friggin' wish list. It will be pretty clear, but I don't want it to be like instantly obvious. Like something like the chronolometer is not going to show up on a random fucking table of items. In fact, I might just delete that one. In fact, I am going to delete that one. Yeah. Because that one's from Acquisitions Incorporated, which is really going to give it away. The Ring of Lightning Strike, I think I'm actually just going to give him at some point. And then the rest of these are actually just from DMG, except Amulet of the Drunkard. I'm actually going to get rid of that one too, because I'm going to have Pythor give it to Helios at some point. Yeah, so I want to kind of bury the lead a little bit. Voyager Staff's going to be a bit of a giveaway, but that's okay. I don't want it to be like, oh, this is every single... Yeah. Notos Kitara, 500. Fair strings times 2. Javelin of Lightning, 100. Orb of Star Metal. Mithral Chain, 550. Mithral Ingot. Mithral Weapon, +1. So in Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, Mithral weapons exist, and they are +1 weapons. So that's a thing. Mithral Ingot. Pegasus Bridle, 1,000. Precious Gemstones, 2,000 GP. Staff of Healing, 200. Chimera's Goat Head, and Gorgon Blood. Also, the Notos Kitara also needs an Orb of Star Metal. This also needs Gorgon Blood. Trident of Fish Command, 5 days, 200. Adamantine Ingot. Winged Boots, 550. Golden Fleece. Alright, so that's everything. That's all of the items. So now, once they get Vulcan up to the Mithral Forge, I can just dump this entire Mithral Forge items. I can dump this entire spreadsheet on them, yeah, so that's a thing. Will this be the only way they'll be able to get these? I was actually thank you for pointing that out, Jordan. I was going to assort it by item name ascending. So I'm just going to sort it alphabetically. Bam. Now they really cannot tell. You know, so because like the Boreal Harp and the Zephyr Lute are just in here. So just totally organized. Yeah, alphabetically is probably the best way to do it. To just like, oh well, yeah. I mean, like these are things. Manual of Quickness of Action is a little out of place, so I might actually go in here, hide CR and rarity. Yeah, I wasn't gonna give them those columns. When I put this in here, I'm just gonna do it like this, like copy this, and then if you check out the Odyssey Spoilers channel, I just pasted essentially a screenshot of the spreadsheet. If anybody wants to take a look at that. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna post in the our Odyssey handouts channel, which is just for the players. When we get to that point, and I can tell the players, like, go on Discord. I shared the table with you, and I will not include the rarity and CR columns. So, oh shit, Amulet of Health is in that list twice because it was already on the table. That's kind of funny. Huh. Well, let's drop the cost to 200 to match the one that already existed. And I do want to keep the blood of a creature that regenerates. Pint of blood of a creature that regenerates. Yeah, like in the book, it actually has no requirement, which is kind of insane. Yeah. So that's I really hope they go for the Banshees. That would be really cool. That's the Pipes of Haunting. What if a Dryad's Tree and Bottled Banshee's Wail? Do they need the Zephyr Lute on there? They don't really, like, it doesn't need to be here, but I mean it's in the original table. Yeah, I mean they already have a Zephyr Lute, so they could. They really don't need to craft one now, because the pretty sure it requires attunement by it requires attunement by a bard, and we only got one of those, so it's not like they could attune to two of them. Also, the fact that these are rare is kind of hilariously disgusting, considering this has Conjure Elemental, and then Boreal Harp has Control fucking Weather. Like, that's absolutely insane. Like, the other two are totally reasonable. 4th level Sleep, 3rd level Counterspell, Zone of Truth, Magic Circle. Like, those are totally fucking reasonable. But then the Boreal Harp and the Zephyr Lute are just crazy good. So yeah, so this is essentially what I was doing. You may also allow the heroes to use the Mithral Forge to craft magic items using the normal creation costs and minimum levels. But this is using the DMG rules, not the Xanathar's Guide rules. Forge accelerates the rate at which any such items may be crafted. So this is using the DMG rules, which is 25 gold pieces of value per day, but then it's quadrupled using the Mithral Forge, and then increased by another 50 gold per day if Vulcan is there, and then another 50 gold per day if Steros is there. Steros is a... where's Dramatis Persona? There we go. Steros is a Jankin, which is a 20-fingered, 20-toed Cyclops, and they are they're cunning artificers. So if Vulcan and Steros are there, then it goes faster. But that's fine. We're just gonna go with this table, and that's why I went through and did all this. Thank you everybody for all of your ideas. I think we're at the point where I'm done prepping for the day. I don't really know where they're gonna go from here. I don't think Mithral Forge is really gonna take, like, we really only have the one fight and very little exploration left at this point. But I really don't know where they're gonna go, other than maybe telling Vulcan to bring a boat to them, and then head up to the Ultros. So what I will likely do is off stream, I'll probably just read through the Ghost Ship Ultros, which I think I've already actually done. I just need to, like, maybe refresh. But yeah, I will probably be aware of stuff on the way to the Ultros, because that's the next thing that they want to do. But I don't know how far we're gonna get, so I'm not gonna prep that yet. I don't want to prep too far ahead, so that we don't accidentally over prep, and then I don't have anything to prep the next time. So we are gonna go raid Mr. Bayless. So I'm just gonna open my own chat, because that's not weird. We're gonna go raid /raid Mr. Bayless. So thank you everyone for being here, and we'll see you guys next time. If you want to watch the session that came out of this prep, check it out on Saturday. We do Odyssey of the Dragon Lord Saturdays at 4 EST. We do Curse of Strahd on Sundays at 1 p.m. EST. And then we do Rime of the Frost Maiden starting this coming Monday at 6 p.m. EST. So join us for that. I get to be a player for once, and Andy the Math Magician, who's been here all night, will be DMing for us. Yeah, we're going to go raid, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!